Hey everybody, what's going on, and welcome to Guns N' Roses Central. And I want to talk about how difficult it is right now to be a Guns N' Roses fan. Even myself, I've even had my doubts about whether I want to continue supporting this band because of how shitty of a job management has really done in terms of resolving or even being aware of what's been going on in the community since basically late March or early April. Now, if you guys don't know what's been going on, it really happened around the time that the 93 Saskatoon show got leaked online, the Pro Shot one, and then all of a sudden it disappeared, and a bunch of fan favorite Guns N' Roses channels disappeared as well. And, you know, anytime you wanted to watch a bootleg in the past, you could just go to YouTube and watch it. It was a great way to promote the band. The record label was making money off of it, and I'm sure some of that money was finding its way into the hands of the members of Guns N' Roses as well. So the MyGNR forums, which is the largest fan forum out there for Guns N' Roses fans, I'm always on the MyGNR forums. I love it. One of the mods on there, Russ TCB, penned an open letter to Guns N' Roses, their management, as well as their record label, Universal, basically writing about his frustration with what's been going on. So if you guys have been paying attention to a lot of the stuff that's been written, there's been threats made against people's families. There's been even people's personal information being published online, which is a real shame. So the open letter states that an open letter to Guns N' Roses, Team Brazil, and UMG, which is Universal Music, and those who are ruining the community. After listening to the latest episode of Gambit 83's podcast, that's Brando's Appetite for Distortion podcast, I'm left in the same state of many of you loyal Guns N' Roses fans, shocked, sad, and frustrated, angry, but most of all disappointed. Like so many users of the site, I'm just a fan. I'm actually a big fan of many, many different artists, with Guns N' Roses being one of them. However, I found a home in the GNR online community a long time ago, so I stuck around. Over the years, it's been such a rewarding experience that many of us have stuck with it, even while being fans of a band that for reasons unknown to us, refuses to release new music. I totally agree with him in that statement. I want to thank Russ for writing this because I felt like it was giving a lot of frustrated fans a voice. He said, we've all stuck together because we've made lifelong friends in some cases. It goes past the music, concerts, and merchandise for many of us. It's about a sense of community and, dare I say, family that we've all cultivated. Speaking for myself, I've made friends literally all over the world because of this community. Pre-parties in Las Vegas, Chicago, New York City, and even my own home have produced countless memories with people I now call friends whom I never have met if it weren't for this community. The wonderful thing about my story is that it's not unique. For every person I now call a friend, those people have another 5 to 10 people they've met that they now call friends. I'm creating this thread as an open letter to anybody who works with or for the Guns N' Roses brand because what is happening to the community right now can only be described with one word: disgusting. He said he would be tagging Fernando in this in hopes that he or anyone from Team Brazil, which is Guns N' Roses management, or anyone from Universal Music, or anyone from Guns N' Roses will see it and begin to help the community that's been so loyal for so long. What started as some YouTube videos being taken down has now escalated for the past that twice. People are having their families threatened over this. Axl Rose fan for life and Brando are just the latest victims, and my heart is heavy thinking about the fact that this may or may not last, that this may not be the last. I absolutely do not want any sort of harm to befall anyone, let alone members or previous members of the community. We as a community need help from someone, and we need it as soon as possible, seeing as this is getting out of hand very fast. It seems that a couple of folks with no sense of boundaries nor care or compassion, which could lead to something beyond awful happening. All of this over what? Videos of old concerts being removed from YouTube? If I weren't directly involved in this, I wouldn't even believe what I just typed. To Team Brazil, Universal Music, or Guns N' Roses, if you have anything to do with this material being removed because it is copyrighted, we understand. If you have anything to do with any material being removed because you intend to package it and sell it to us in the future, we understand. If you have anything to do with encouraging certain folks to take action on your behalf, which has led to where we are now, we do not understand. If you do in fact have any dealing with the people in question, you really need to understand the lengths they're going in your name and the dark path that we've already headed down. It's on you to step up now and clarify things and help out the fan base that's been nothing but supportive of you for decades. Concert bootlegs are something that's been enjoyed by music fans for decades upon decades. If you choose to take away due to the future earning possibilities, that's fine. I'm not here to argue with that aspect of it. However, explaining that to the community could have gone a long way prior to this and would have even helped out to some extent now. Another aspect that needs to be considered is this: the open selling of original studio works by Guns N' Roses has been rampant over the years. Why no action was taken then, and why no action is being taken now? If nothing else, why aren't you at least telling your biggest supporters that why this is happening to them over the concert bootlegs as opposed to those making thousands off your hard work. Again, if you would clarify why these things are being taken down, then the mystery is solved. We wouldn't need to discuss it here on podcasts or anywhere else because we would already have the answer. Not everyone would agree with the answers, but it would at least be the start. Discussing the material being taken down as to what led us to where we are today. A couple of people acting in your name going so far to make two, as of this posting, real-life threats against families. This needs to end now, and the only thing that will end it is some sort of communication from Team Brazil, Universal Music, or Guns N' Roses. To those trying to ruin the community, you know who you are, and you know in your heart what you're doing is wrong. Please stop, and please take 5 minutes and think about how wrong your actions are, how quickly they've escalated, and how badly this could all turn out. So to the community at the MyGNR forums and my previous family at GNR Revolution and New Guns, you are to continue, and you are the only reason I'm really here. He also said to the current users of the board incensed by what is happening right now, please remember a few things. The community will survive this. We at MyGNR forums cannot, do not, and will not encourage or support any retaliatory comments or actions. I'm doing what I believe is the only thing that can be done for the community, laying this at the feet of those in charge of the band and hoping they'll do the right thing. Lastly, I'd like to say that earlier today I turned off a Guns N' Roses song for the first time I can even remember since I first heard them in 1987. I never in my life thought I'd get to a point where just hearing their music would make me upset, yet here we are. Fernando, Team Brazil, Universal Music, Guns N' Roses, someone please do the right thing and step in to help us out. So I want to give Russ a big shout out. I thought it was a really good letter, and hopefully, Team Brazil responds. If you guys remember, Fernando was on the MyGNR forums just before the European tour started this summer, and he was answering fans' questions, but he was more interested in promoting the upcoming jackets he designed rather than talking about real issues that fans wanted to know about. And we'll just have to wait and see, and we'll keep you guys updated as this stuff keeps on developing. I also really want to thank Brando from Appetite for Distortion for really shining a light on this and making a lot of people aware of it. And I want to thank Miss Metal and Franz and Roses and a bunch of other people too who have been involved with this. And hopefully, I feel pretty confident that hopefully we'll be seeing something being resolved in the near future. But at the same time, I feel like if management comes out and actually claims that they know nothing of this, they're either really stupid and inept, or they're basically doing something behind the scenes that they haven't been honest about with the fans. And I think the two individuals who are responsible for a lot of this will probably just melt away and no repercussions will come as a result of this.